Yo, guys, listen. We got to start doing something better. We got to be the change. We have to. We have to. Now, I specifically don't know how, but as a young generation, we all got to come together one way or another and figure out some way to better that all lives do matter, not just black people. Yes, that we have racial injustice more targeted on black people, but we need to figure out a way to where this doesn't happen for our kids, for the people that are later on in the future. We've got to learn how to build up so that we don't see each other fall. We have to. Otherwise, history is going to repeat itself, and this is just going to keep recycling until somebody wakes up and realizes that this stuff has to change. It's coming soon. It's coming soon, though.
I come here today to talk about how I feel, and I feel like that we are treated differently than other people, and I don't like how we're treated, and just because of our color doesn't mean anything to me. I believe that
you're doing great. You're doing a great job.
Don't stop the clock. Do not stop. We are black people, and we shouldn't have to feel like this. We shouldn't have to protest because y'all are treating us wrong. We do this because we need to and have rights.
So, to be honest, like how I feel about the situation and the protests and rioting and stuff like that, there's a reason to protest, to get the goal that you need. They protested to get the officer who killed Gregory Floyd to have him sentenced, and they did that, and that is good. There's a reason to protest for that. Now, rioting and stuff like that, for all the stuff that's happening, for people to go loot and for people to go and destroy stores and stuff like that, it gives the racist people, or any cop really, to shoot black people and anybody that is supporting like the cause. Like, I understand the rage, and I understand that we as a people, especially black people, we are frustrated. Like, me, especially me, I've been desensitized to this as a kid. I live in Alabama. My parents know about racists. Like, they raised us, they were saying, guys, look, y'all have, like, when you go in the stores, when you're driving, when you do this, when you go out with friends, this is what you do in order to deem yourself innocent. Like, you have your parents, like, we had our parents tell us that stuff. Like, we should not be living in fear. That means we're in shackles. Like, we should not be living in fear. And for us to go riot, it gives our president and any law enforcement to come and shoot us and already kill us, and we did this for what? For nothing. I understand the rage that we have as a people, but we need to go about it a different way. People with better platforms, people with more influence need to do something about this instead of just reposting on Instagram, instead of reposting on whatever social media platform. Go do something about it with the money you keep flaunting off on social media, going all to these other vacations and stuff like that. Do something about it for our race, because it is crazy that people want to be black, but they can't, like, they don't want to live the life as a black person. They don't understand that. They want to be black. They want to culture vulture everything that we have, but they cannot understand the fact of how we are as a people and like what it's like to be like us. But there is a moment when it's like that, you have to go and educate them, for the people that actually love us for who we are. And it is crazy because, like, I truly wish that people who loved our culture loved the people just as much. I really do. And until we can communicate properly rather than going out in the streets and rioting, I just think we're just always going to be in this loop. Because I saw this video on Twitter. This man approached a 46-year-old man, and he was 32. He said, "How long have you been doing these protests?" And he's like, "Man, I've been doing my whole life." He's like, "Dude, I'm 32, and so have I." Brought this 16-year-old kid and pointed at him saying, "Look, I understand you're frustrated. I understand you're mad, but you're going to be here 10 years later doing the same thing, until you figure out, you go get your peers and you go get all your people and figure this out." And that's what we as a young generation need to understand. Yes, we can go protest for the right reasons, to get the cause, to get the officer who killed them and the other officers who just sat there and let that happen, to get them service for what they did. Yes, that is a reason to protest. But for us to take our rage out and go do it on the streets, just for the law enforcement and any other government association, for them to be like, "Yes, y'all are acting like what we assume y'all to be, criminals. Now we're gonna act." No, we don't need to do that and give them the reason to punish us for taking our anger out on what's happening for what they're doing to us. So we need to come up with a different way about it. Like how I feel about it, I'm frustrated, but I'm educating myself and I'm using my small platform on YouTube as I can to inform my viewers about it, so that like I can tell them what's going on. Yes, I'm frustrated, but I would just love to just see how this progresses, where this goes. I'm going to educate myself more and just see where this goes. But until then, please be safe, you guys. Please stay safe. Don't do anything reckless. Black lives matter. Black lives matter. We deserve to be free. We deserve to be free because we're still in shackles. It may not seem like we are in tangible shackles, but we're in shackles and we need to be free. Because enough is enough. We're sick and tired of being sick and tired. I just feel that now that I'm more calmed down and relaxed, I truly feel that it's unfair. You know, we've been in shackles for generations, whether it is from slavery or from police brutality up until now. We've always been in shackles, always been oppressed, and it's gotten so bad that I grew up hearing about it and becoming desensitized about it. And now that we're in a pandemic, we've got nothing but videos and news to sit at home and watch because we're stuck at home to see this stuff over and over and over and over and over again. And it frustrates me because I know me as a black man that I've got to watch what I do and how I still day to day, I've been raised as a kid to watch how I walk and how I talk, because I'm a very well educated man, but the next white person that walks next to me would not know that at all. They would just see a black man, would not know that at all, judging a book by its cover. And it sucks because coming from Alabama, I experience it every day, truly. I want to express myself through my clothing. I want to express myself through my hair. Nobody knows that growing locks mean it's a spiritual journey. Nobody knows that they just see, oh my God, like he has locks, like he's a threat. Nobody knows that they profile and sit there and say, oh, he's a threat. And it's just that, yes, I understand the rage as a race. I understand it. I understand that we are sick and tired of being sick and tired. And we can only take so much. We are human beings. We are human beings. We are not of another race. We're not from a different world. We're literally human beings. We can take as much as we can. But I just don't want to see us taking the route of what people make us to be, which are criminals. And it's just very heartbreaking. And it is hard. Because I want to make a difference in this world. But what is it going to matter if this world doesn't care about people like me? But the only thing that I can do now, and will always do, is just stick to what I know. Just be respectful and educate myself where I don't know anything about. And until then, until I gain a larger audience and have a bigger platform and am able to do something about it, that's all I can do. And I'm going to do my part by educating myself and doing the things that I can as a black male and just continue to live in this state. But that's all we can do. Until next time.